was 82 years
Sorry.
old.
So we started.
Mine was 32.
This was fantastic. So we started with you literally saying my Spotify said that I was 82.
Well, my Spotify did say I was 82, which makes no sense, because you want to know who my top artist was?
Who's your top artist?
You don't want to know.
Not anyone that an
Was it
82-year-old would
Drake?
be listening to.
No, it was not
No.
Drake. It was worse than Drake.
Who was it?
I don't even know.
Let's go.
But like it was
Okay,
definitely worse than
Let
Drake.
me top 5 is songs that an 82 will have never heard. Hold up,
Okay.
let me find it.
Really good ones.
Number 1.
Oh my
Also,
God.
I don't remember listening to the top 2 people. Genuinely.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
We've gone from Sweet London to serial killer in 5 seconds.
These are my top artists. How am I 82?
Oh my
Sexy,
god.
right? Ew.
Come on.
How am I 80?
Wait. Montel Fish is
Okay, I love they
Thank
have
you.
Sexy Red First and then Force Frank thrown in there.
Okay, here's the thing. Summer Me was wildin', okay? Songs are fun, okay? And her
Not
songs...
those songs.
No, but like, here's the thing.
I have the
When
worst
you're not
music.
listening to the lyrics and you're just like getting the flow of the song,
Y'all
there's a big
are welcome.
difference. Trust.
Instrumental's bad. Lyrics are bad. Sounds bad.
Okay,
Sounds
no
awesome.
one asked for your opinion,
Every
Ethan.
time someone's like, no, but just don't listen to the lyrics, just listen to the music. The music is still terrible.
Yeah.
My
That-
sister
that's
doesn't
no,
realize what words are in songs. She was like, "Hey, Haley, put some Young Gravy on the
Young
the
Gravy.
the salon playlist." And I'm
My
like, "You
favorite
don't
thing
want."
about rappers is how stupid all of their names
It
are.
is
I was like, "You don't want no
Gravy is
Young Gravy
terrible.
on
Because
this
people have like
salon
Young Gravy
playlist."
do like a
Gravy
remix
is
of
tough.
that Rick Astley
You know,
song?
that was
Yeah.
that dude's name?
That was so
Like,
corny.
Baby No
But
Money, how
also
it's spelled.
his lyrics are really wrong.
Like the B
And she
dollar
doesn't-
sign N-O.
But she doesn't want
It's
that
not
on the
like-
salon playlist.
It's pronounced Baby No
And
Money.
I'm like, "No, you don't want that." She goes,
Sorry.
"Please, clean version."
No, it's not.
Y'all over here
But
like
yeah,
this
she
new
was
rapper
playing
called
it.
Lil
I
Dump
played it.
Truck
Yeah.
is dropping
Take it
his
off.
new album.
Half of it's just
Boulder.
gonna be bleeped out.
You're like, thank
It's
you.
so funny.
We're dropping rocks today.
No, but
These
too,
are the
because here's
people
the
that are like, yeah, I'm gangster. You don't want to mess with me, and it's like,
I think the reason
Really?
though that they're my top artists is
Young
because
Gravy is
they secondhand sings to so many
okay, that does
songs.
not sound.
I hear like, what's your name?
No,
Is
I'm
Little
just saying,
Airhead.
I'm saying,
Little Airhead. Because
I
here,
can't-
all
I
of
can't
I'm
deal.
it said I'm
Okay, there you
82
go.
because the
Still
songs
around.
I listen to so many
I'll
old
just-
songs, but never by the same artist.
Right.
So none of those
Sorry,
songs you're gonna like artists are
just
gonna
take
be
the
up
whole
But the
there
point is,
because
this
there's
is
only
also
one or
a
two for
rap.
each. Like Benny
But-
King, love him. I only really listen to one song, so he's not gonna be the number one.
But you know what's gonna be funny, and like this is me speaking as an elder millennial at this point in my life.
We're millennials.
Is that eventually, if Spotify is around by the time that I get older, like they're gonna be like, "Wow, your mix says you're 80," and my child is gonna be like, "Dad, what'd you put on your mix?" And it's like My Chemical Romance, like Green Day, you know, like Metallica, Tool. They're like, "Wow, Dad, you ever listen to some old music?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I've yet to find somebody with a higher age than me. I'm on the prowl.
My
I'm
wife,
trying to find
my
somebody.
wife beats y'all. Her age was like 90 on Spotify, because
What the
it's
heck is she listening to?
I recognize that
because we
game.
listen.
Beethoven?
No, because we listen to like old like bluegrass country gospel at home. So it's like stuff from like the fifth, like
Always the
early
weirdest
recording stuff
sitting
from like the late
positions over there.
40s,
Every time.
50s.
Nathan, I don't think Beethoven was alive 90 years ago.
Facts.
Big
No,
facts.
No one under the
Maybe-
age of
maybe
90
like 100,
listens
maybe
to
like-
Beethoven.
My
Sorry.
mom does.
It was
Your mama is 90, London.
Yeah,
What you
I
talking
play
about?
piano. That's different.
Alright.
I had a
That was a
murder-
great
I
impression,
had
by
a
the way.
murder on my rap.
What?
Oh, was it David?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was looking at like
He
the
didn't
the like you know when it makes a playlist. And
Yeah,
it,
like who
shows
are you
how
listening to?
feel it was 400 times.
One of my friends had Beyonce every month.
Wasn't that in like
Every
Monday?
single month was Beyonce. I kid you not.
Mine and Noah's top artist
So,
was
like,
the
before
exact
I
same
started
one.
listening to
It was a man.
So we need
My friend Cameron.
We
He
need-
had Beyonce every month.
we need the Gen Z Bible. We always start out with
Oh,
Gen Z Bible.
apologies.
The only like, Christian artist I have right now.
Alright.
Come on, Reese.
Forrest Frank because I've only been
Bust out that Gen Z.
But Montel Fish is good.
Bust out that Gen Z
Everything
Bible.
before that was just,
Hosea chapter 8.
really
I'm
bad
getting
stuff
there.
in the middle.
By the way,
Also,
we've been
like,
doing
there's
we've been
no
doing a
rap,
jaunt
it's
through
just
the book of
bad.
Hosea. We did Philippians earlier this year,
So it was a-
so it's week 8
global fan
of Hosea. If this is the last one we're gonna be doing for a little while because after this it's over the holidays. So Sunday night we'll get back together on Sunday nights like in January, because
This is the last one?
I think it might be.
This is so lame.
We still
Who
have
do you think
another
you
week.
are?
Like that's a week before Christmas break.
There's a week before. You're right. Listen,
I don't go nowhere.
girl, my weeks are so jacked up right
so
now.
after next
Yeah,
week.
after next week.
Let's limit next week or
Yeah,
last week.
after next week it's gonna
Yeah.
be the
This
last
is where
one
we beg
because
our
it's-
hands next week to do one more week. And we're just going to
Mhm.
design one
Exactly.
more.
Wait,
and
so
I'm
we-
sorry, my weekends right now are so full that I
It's
want to go
wild.
to sleep right now.
Are we doing a
Go
movie
take a nap.
night this Wednesday or next
We're
Wednesday?
not doing.
No, we're not.
That's not how.
We it was going to happen, and then we had to change plans due to some stuff, which we'll talk about eventually. It is what it is. So, yeah, we're not gonna jump into it today.
Yeah.
If y'all have
No,
games
like, I have a
though
question
and
about,
y'all
planning
want to
stuff. Like,
bring
so
them
we
on
have
Wednesday,
this Wednesday
feel
and
free.
that's the last Wednesday, or do
Yes.
we have another? So this is the last Wednesday. We're doing board games instead of movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
So if y'all want to bring some board games, bring board games.
I'm ready to take
Yeah.
a ride.
nada. Seriously,
Long story.
nada. I will tell you the same thing that I will say. Part of what the same thing I was doing tonight, due to the nature of the case involving technically people that are minors, we cannot, unless you are part of the case itself and or related and privy to the knowledge, cannot talk about it with legal circumstances. Understood?
So anyway, the Gen Z Bible.
Sorry, but I just it is what it is. Gen Z Bible, Hosea chapter 8. Give me the first. Give me the first 4 verses.
Okay. Get ready to sound the trumpet. An eagle is about to swoop down on the house of the Lord, because they totally broke my covenant and went against my law. It's like the roof of your world, yo. Israel. I want to know that that's in parentheses. It says thy and then like a colon and then it's like the roof of your world, yo, and it's in parentheses. Anyways, verse 2. Israel will be like, yo God, we totally know you. 3. Sorry, I don't know if I'm saying the numbers. Israel has totally ditched what's good and now they're going to get hella pursued by their enemies. They've chosen their own kings but not with my approval. They've anointed princes, but I never even knew about it. They've turned the precious silver and gold into idols, only to suffer the consequences. Ooh, can I do 5?
Yeah.
Samaria, your bestie, has totally ghosted you. I'm seriously mad at them. Like, how much longer are they finally gonna get their act together and clear their name? ?
That is fantastic.
You were like, wait, I
I
have to read this one.
Your bestie.
You bestie. I told Pastor David, I was like, we always start with the Gen Z. He's like, is there a Gen Z Bible? And I'm like, oh. But
I want to see him do a sermon on it. That'd be hilarious.
You should.
I will.
You should do it.
Next time I get the opportunity to speak, I will read out the Gen Z Bible for like 2 or 3 verses just to watch people freak out a little bit. And be like, okay, this is a tradition that we've carried.
Maybe make sure the verses don't say hella though.
Or BS.
Facts. No, we're not
I think some of the older people in the church would have a cow.
I'm gonna pick something that has a hashtag in it.
Yeah.
Have a cow is such a funny term to me. Like, who was like, you're so angry, you're literally gonna birth a cow right here.
They made a whole show about that called Cow and Chicken.
What?
No, they didn't.
You
You're
don't-
lying.
You are too young to know Cow and Chicken.
He said,
Cow and chicken.
Cow-
you don't know
look it
Bob.
up. Look it up! Cow and Chicken. You almost had my preacher voice come out. Look it up! Go! Thus says...
What? It's a 1997
Yes.
cartoon sitcom.
It opens with literally, Mama had a chicken, Mama had a cow, Daddy didn't care, he was proud. Or something like that. Cow and Chicken.
Ethan, that is inappropriate.
Can I read the overview?
I'm curious.
Okay, just quickly before we get into this, yes, read the
A
overview.
scrawny 11-year-old chicken named Chicken reluctantly watches out for his beefy little sister, a 7-year-old cow named Cow. The unconventional offspring of 2 human parents, the 2 young animals navigate their way through suburbia, encountering problems not only at school but with the devilish schemes of the red
I'm sorry, I
guy,
didn't recognize the
a
game.
crimson-colored antagonist of many I don't know what that word is. Whose singular intent is to make the siblings' lives miserable. If the character design and offbeat humor of Cow and Chicken causes viewers to recall the Ren and Stimpy show, There's a good reason. Creator David. Okay, never mind. That
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Movie night?
I love.
No.
I love
What?
villains
Movie
who
night?
like actively
No.
just hate little children for no reason. Like, his only purpose is to make their lives miserable. POV, a grown man and a cow and chicken. Like, what?
Also, I feel like calling her beefy might be a little
and
inconsiderate.
it was like beefy little sister.
Well,
like
would
the
you-
little
Was it
was
quotation?
So it's just acknowledging, like, yeah, she's made of delicious meat. Like,
It's that's meatest. We should call her Veely instead of Beefy.
An 11-year-old chicken named
Mutt
Chicken. Like, I want to name things by their name now.
Alright.
Like, hey, you're just a woman. Like, that's not a name. Just
a woman named
No.
woman.
That's
Yes.
when you realize a boy came up with the names.
A man named Mick type.
Alright. Let's do this thing.
I mean, if it worked.
This is a perfect like podcast production level episode here.
Sorry,
This is great.
Anyways.
Alright. Set the trumpet to your lips. One like a vulture is over the house of the Lord, because they've broken my law and they've broken my covenant and transgressed my law. We talked about the importance of covenant last week, and it's been a theme throughout this thing, and transgressed my law. Israel cries to me, my God, we Israel know you. Now, isn't it interesting, right? Whenever somebody gets in trouble, they're like, God, like, help me. Like, we know you. And he's like, really? You sure don't act like it. I always find it interesting, and this is to continue a bit of the Lane Kiffin drama. The college football thing. I love the fact that he was like, this is God's plan. Anytime an athlete leaves a university to go get paid more money somewhere else, is like, bro, this is God's plan, man. This is like totally God's plan. And I'm like, dog, don't invoke him because you're greedy. Like, just say, I wanted faster playing time and more money. That's acceptable.
That's valid.
Right.
We're gonna be like,
Money
valid
is kind of an important thing. in
It
life.
is.
You kind of
Yeah.
do need it to survive.
Right. You gotta do stuff to live. And if you feel like going to get more money is gonna help you in the long run, fine, go do that. But don't invoke God and say like, God told me to do this. I'm like, really? Because then what's really funny is then when you go and you don't even see the starting line. Like, you go and then some freshman transfers in and turns out he's a freak. And like, he's out there.
Cam's
Yeah, exactly. You know? And then you're like, okay, so wait, was that God's plan? Because you'd have been a 3-year starter if you stayed here. Like, how does that work out? Anywho, Israel is crying out to God, listen, we know you! We're your people, man! And he's like, really? You sure about that? Israel has spurned the good. Like, we don't want none. And the enemy will pursue him. So what did they do? Like, God is talking about Israel's apostasy. He continues to make his case and point out to Israel through the prophet Hosea, like, this is what Israel has done to anger me and to walk away from me. So they made kings, but not through me. They were basically like, hey, we want kings of our own choosing and our own design. We're not going to ask God. They set up princes without consulting the Lord, because having godly rulers is a blessing to a nation. Like, what those rulers declare, it shapes the culture and it shapes the fate of a people. That's why voting is so important. # civil things, y'all. All right. I know.
Oh, that was really
Sorry.
I know. There you go.
That was really
Pokemon
cringy.
go to the poll.
Yeah. You need to take a peek at your local legislatures and see. Yeah, I didn't get that. Pikachu.
I got it. I was just
Don't
like
worry, don't worry,
internally,
don't worry.
like just like
Hey,
shriveling
I
up on
understood
myself.
what you
Okay.
I
said.
really hope you're ashamed of yourself.
It
Not-
just wasn't smile worthy.
not at all. Not at all.
Men don't get ashamed.
No.
I do all the time.
Dang, that was
What are you
sexist.
talking
That was pretty
That was
sexist.
sexist.
Dang.
about? Yeah.
Y'all say
Yeah,
sexist thing
that
about
was
women all the
pretty-
time.
Y'all women talk about.
Let me be a white Karen. I'm offended for them. How dare you?
Thank you.
Listen, white
You
Karen.
got the right
I'm thankful that you're on my side, because women all the time tell us, be in tune with your emotions.
That's
and when we talk
sexist.
about being in tune with our emotions, and we let it out, and they're like, oh my gosh, why are you complaining to me?
Why are you being such a cis
No,
like
he's
white
right,
man right now?
though.
Your opinion really doesn't valid right now.
I love this, y'all are great. All
I
right,
actually completely stand
Okay,
by this.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, all right,
Sorry.
yep.
Yeah, my bad.
With their silver and gold, they made idols for their own destruction. So once again, taking precious things, creating idols that do not see and do not hear. Your calf is rejected, O Samaria, like your bestie, the calf, the idol that you looked to. My anger burns against them. How long will they be incapable of innocence? For it is, yeah, I know, right? How long have we been killed for minutes? It's Yah. For it is from Israel. An artisan made it. It is not God. God is calling out on Samaria, saying, listen, like Israel, like, how would you say? That was the wrong point. The problem is that Israel is the one who is making the idols for other nations now. Like Samaria did not need to have an idol at all. They should have returned. They should return to worshiping the living God, but they don't. So Israel is the one who makes the golden calf for them. Now it's interesting because they come out of Egypt, and what's the first thing they do? Make a golden calf. As they go through the line of kings, what do? Make a golden calf. The golden calf has been around over and 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 over again. Like I said, you have like the whole calf worship, fertility stuff with Baal, all of that. You see this golden calf imagery that follows Israel as this sin of idolatry does throughout their generations. So anytime that you're reading through the Old Testament and you're like, oh, there's a calf again, remember, like this is something that it's like Israel just could not let go of. When they wanted to go back to idolatry, first thing they doggone did, let's make a calf. All right. So the latter half of verse 6, the calf of Samaria shall be broken to pieces. This is what God wants us to do with our idols. If we find something that's an idol in our life, he wants us to destroy it because there is no God but him. That's it. For they sow the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. The standing grain has no head, it shall yield no meal. If it were to yield, foreigners would devour it. So this is one of the most. This is a kind of an interesting verse because I've heard pastors talk about this before. Of like, you sow the wind, you're going to reap the whirlwind. In other words, if you sow these bad decisions, if you continue in these ways of living that are not grounded in God, you're going to reap the whirlwind. All these things are going to, if you will, they're going to come together and they're going to culminate in an event that will eventually get a hold of you. And that's what's happening to Israel. They continue to do this. They continue to do these things. They continue to make these bad decisions. And eventually, God's like, okay, now it's time to own up. It's time to own up to all the things that you've been doing. Here it is. Israel is swallowed up. Now they are among the nations, a useless vessel. This is a big deal. Israel being the northern kingdom, Judah being the southern. Israel saying they are among the nations and they're a useless vessel. See, Israel, the united kingdom should have been a light to the nations. Like when we talk about, and we talked about this a little bit before with this idea of like Calvinism and Arminianism and what it means to be elect. Like in the Old Testament, those who are elect have the knowledge of the one true God and know what it means to worship him as he commands. They have access to truth because God is truth. So when God says Israel is swallowed up, they're among the nations and they're useless, I mean, this is a very stark picture that his people, who were supposed to be a light to the nations, are now so entrenched with the cultures, with the religions, with the debauchery, with the brokenness of other nations that there's no hope. Yes?
Did you say they suffered from multiculturalism?
You could say they suffered from multiculturalism. I will grant that. Yep.
No implications there.
No implications there. I will say to continue that argument for a second is something that we've said before, is that, you know, when Israel was delivered out of Egypt, Egyptians came with them. And it's this beautiful thing of like, if you choose to worship the living God, you can be brought into the family of God, even in the Old Testament. And so there were people who were not Israelite by blood who were brought into the family of God, into to the nature of the truth. And so if you want to talk about multiculturalism, anybody can join the kingdom, but there's only one kingdom, there's only one king, and there's only one culture of the kingdom of God, and that's it. Don't matter what you look like or where you're from. Like, we must submit to the king and his kingdom and what he requires of us. That's important. So, yes, multiculturalism, not the greatest. Well, we also saw that in the life of Solomon when he had, like, I don't know, 1,000 wives. And
Was it 400 wives and 600 concubines?
my boy.
Roughly.
You know, and he's like, okay, we're going to build temples and high places for all the different things that you worship. God's like, no, it's not how this works. Israel's mine. This is my spiritual geography. This is my place that I made for y'all. No other God should stand here. All right, going into verse 9. They've gone up to Assyria. This is great for podcast because this is the ESV. Where they have gone up to Assyria, a wild ass wandering alone. Ephraim has bargained for lovers.
Gen Z cleaned that up and said like a lone wild donkey. So
Yep.
it's funny to me that.
So, are there
Gen Z
other
cleaned it
versions
up.
of ESV? Because mine doesn't say that.
Wait, is this NRSV? Hold on. Ah,
Yeah, mine says donkey.
NRSV.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
are
why.
there different? Because I know,
That's-
like NIV, they have different translations within NIV. So I was just making sure that, like,
You
I was
good?
just like,
It is
I've
very
never,
similar, though.
yeah, I was like, I've never really.
No, he just wanted to say it.
No, NRSV is like it's very similar to word for word.
Yeah, because I've obviously been reading along, and I've noted like mostly it's matched up, but then occasionally there's a word, and I know
Yeah.
there have been like throughout the years there have been updates to the ESV.
Yep.
So I wondered if you were just reading an older version.
No, this is I apologize. This is NRSV,
I wish you wouldn't do that.
which is an interesting choice for like Asbury to have an NRSV Bible instead of an ESV, which I'm fine with. It's just a passing thought. What are you doing?
Just
Time
untie
to
my shoes.
shoot.
Okay, fantastic. All right, verse 10.
Donkey.
Though they bargue with the nations, though they bargain with the nations, I will now gather them up. They shall soon writhe under the burden of kings and princes. This is another one of the things of God just telling Israel, listen, because you have done this, you are going to be subjected to the whims of these kings. Like, these kings do not like you. They do not like me. Like, you will be under their thumb in punishment. You will be under their rule. Like, you have said, I don't want you, God, so fine. You can be placed under people. Yes.
I want to do 12 and 13.
Sweet. Let's get there. When Ephraim multiplied altars to expiate sin, in other words, when Ephraim did when Ephraim made a bunch of false altars to sin quicker, they became to him altars for sinning. Once again, Ephraim says, hey, you know what? We're going to make altars to all these other gods, and we're going to do all the things that they love, but we're going to make a lot of them so that the worship of these other gods can be found much more freely. It's like, instead of having like a McDonald's in like one out of one of every 5 towns, we're going to have like 5 McDonald's per town so that it can be extremely accessible to have food that's terrible for you, that's been paid by Bill Gates, who
That's
hates the
extremely
world.
accurate because I know exactly where 4 McDonald's are in the Watkinsville, Athens area.
Yep.
Yes.
I rewatched Founder.
We watched it in
that's
class
just
the
a
other
sad
day.
Story.
It is.
It's a sad story.
It made me angry.
Hey, we're at 12 and 13.
I like totally dropped some major law intel to him, but dude, he totally thought it was like weird or something. They be flexing with their meat sacrifices, trying to please me and munch on it. But the Lord ain't feeling it. Nah, fam. He won't forget their wrongdoings and gonna call them out for their sins. They're about to head back to Egypt, like back to square one. Good day.
Good day. Okay, it's like the NRSV on this. Like I said, the more like literal is, though I write for him the multitude of my instruction, they are regarded as a strange thing. They offer choice sacrifices. Though they eat flesh, the Lord does not accept them. Now he will remember their iniquity and punish their sin, and they will return to Egypt.
I like mine better.
I do too. That's actually
Yeah.
really nice. It's fun.
They be flexing with their meat sacrifices, but the God Lord is like, nah,
Yep.
fam.
So verse 12. Though I write for him a multitude of my instruction, they're regarded as a strange thing. In other words, God's like, I'm telling you through the prophets, like this is what it means to worship me. Like, this is what it means to come back to me. I'm a God of covenant. I've done all these things. This is how you approach me, and this is what my heart is for the nations. They're like, really? Like, why would I do that? Why would I care? Have you ever had somebody tell you, like your mom or your dad tell you something, and you're like, why? Like, but it's for your good. But because we don't understand it, it's a strange thing. I told Aiden the other day, I was like, buddy, I need you to stop trying to make your own breakfast right now. And he's like, why? I know how to make cereal and milk. Because I'm like, buddy, you are making too much. And he doesn't understand. He thinks like just because cereal and milk is in the bowl, it means it's made. But dude is piling cereal to the top and then filling that joker all the way up and then giving it to this little 2.5-year-old Irene.
Oh.
She's got a bowl.
No,
She needs to make those gains.
bro.
She was a preemie. Come on now.
But she doesn't like Cheerios and milk. This girl has the taste buds of like I don't even of a carnivore dude who's working out at the gym. She would much rather have bacon, sausage, like meat
she really
for
does
breakfast. Like she likes black coffee. My wife the other day because
Irene?
yes. Hold on. I'll tell you. Irene was like
Coffee's not that bad.
coffee. And my wife was like, you know what, we're gonna. I've already told her multiple times, like, you can't have Mama's thing, like, you know, coffee's not good for you, right? You know, you're little, da da da. And she's like, you know what? What if we just give her a sip of like the concentrated cold brew that we get from Starbucks? And I was like, fine. So take this little bitty
Just so
sip.
she'll stop asking.
Yeah, just so stop asking. So she gave her this little sip, and Irene goes, coffee.
Oh no.
And then start a 50-long-year addiction.
But the look on my wife's face was shocked.
You said that. When you said that, first image in my head was Mort from Madagascar.
Yeah.
King Julian.
Yep.
I love you, King Julian.
But literally, she was like, "This is the." She was like, "Mama, coffee, Mama, coffee, Mama, coffee." And she's like, "No, what have I done?"
That
It's like,
one sip just put her.
it's over.
It's funny because y'all thought it would actually like steer away because not most people like just regular black coffee.
Right. But like
Same
her.
thing happened with our niece too. She got coffee so that she stopped asking for it,
Yeah.
and she loved it.
But like I said, Irene's taste buds are so different than Aiden and Evelyn at this age. It's literally night and day. And so when Aiden is like trying to be a good, helpful older brother and make this nice big bowl of cereal because he loves her, and he's like, "I love you. Here's this big bowl of cereal because I love you," she's like, "I hate it."
Yeah.
And she'll like
I
drink
just
all the
see them,
milk.
like,
She'll like pick up the whole bowl and like drink the milk out of it and leave all these
See, she likes the
soggy
milk.
Cheerios.
Ugh.
Strong bones getting gains.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
I'm
see it.
saying.
You got a little
She's trying to
beast on your
bulk.
head. That's weird.
She
Put some
bulked.
protein powder in that.
Yeah. Well, anytime that I make venison for breakfast, she's like literally in my lap. Like she climbs up there and she's taking bites, eating whole things of tenderloin. Like
I mean, at least you know she's not a vegan.
100%. Like girl is all for the carne. Like she's there. She's like, give me all the meat. Like I want it. But yes,
Gay son or vegan son?
we are not having this discussion.
Understood.
This is not on that. But the thing is,
It can't
right?
be on record.
Valid question though.
Valid question. But the thing is, God is trying to tell them that they regard my instructions as a strange thing because Aiden doesn't understand that he is wasting food, and not only that, but he can't remember the fact that Irene does not actually like Cheerios and milk. He regards it as strange when I say, "Bro, seriously, don't make breakfast for yourself. Like, let me come do it," and he gets upset. He's like, "No, I want to do it anyway," because he doesn't understand the second and third order consequences of what I'm trying to get at. That God is like saying, guys, don't do this. And Israel's like being a bunch of idolatrous toddlers. Like, I want to do it anyway. Okay, you're going to get what you get. But when I tell you, when God is faithful, he speaks to the prophets and he's like, listen, in the midst of your temper tantrums, I'm saying, guys, remember, I love you. This is covenant. Like, just come back to me and everything will be fine. Like, I'm going to restore your vineyards. I'm going to restore the things that the enemy has taken. Like, I'm going to give all this good stuff back and more. And Israel's like, no, I want to do it my way. I'm like, okay. So, they offer choice sacrifices, though they eat the flesh, the Lord does not accept them. Basically, they're still coming to God and doing the religious stuff. It's like when people come to church on Sunday and then act literally like hell the rest of the week. You're like, bro, how does that work? Like,
They're like holiday Christians almost.
holiday Christians.
CEO Christians.
Yeah, Christian Easter, Christmas and Easter only.
Christianity light.
Christianity light. But that's the thing, right? Like, as humans, we are far more comfortable with a set of religious ideas that we simply get to show up for, take part in, and then leave. Christianity is a full life, full everything religion. It's not something that you can just show up for. You have to yield your life to the lordship of Jesus so that his goodness can live through you and help bring healing and wholeness and restoration to a broken world. Like that is why the gospel is good news. Yeah, what
I'm sorry. I was
You're
just
fine.
thinking sign language, right? And then I was like, you know, what I just realized I could just do in sign language? Yo, mama.
Okay, I knew it was like yo and then like a parrot, but I couldn't remember
Yeah,
which one this one
top
was.
half of the face is male, bottom half of the face is like female, but I was just, I don't know, but it just came to mind that it was in sign language. It was going to be like, yo, mama.
You interrupted God's word for that.
Sorry.
You felt that was a worthy use of your time.
The second most useful way to spend my time is about to be slashing your tires.
Please don't. I can't afford to.
I'll just do 3, so insurance will cover it, don't worry. Anyways.
I don't.
That's diabolical. Okay. So they offer the best, right? They go and they're offering these sacrifices, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it truly out of the fullness of their heart for God. They're doing it for themselves. They're like, okay, this is what we do. Let's just go ahead and get it over with. A lot of people I think feel that way about church when they've not had a true experience with God. I think that's one of the biggest things that I've found like in my journeys of like charismatic Christianity or any part of the Christian faith that actually believes that the Holy Spirit does stuff. Is that the groups of people that I hung out with that they're like, no, the Holy Spirit is simply a seal for the day of redemption. Like, it's almost as if they have it legally in their minds, this is why we do the good thing. But in many cases, it's almost as if they don't have it in their hearts of this is why we should because of who Jesus is. Now, on the other hand, I have some folks in the Holy Spirit category that they get so, how would you say, they get so in the heart way of it that they just totally forget the practicalities. They become too heavenly minded to be to any earthly good. To where they get so focused on the spiritual things, they forget what practical love for one another and care for one another and just taking a meal to someone whenever they're feeling down. Like, they forget that. It's like, but wait, I can prophesy and I can speak the mysteries of the... Really? Like, what good does that do me? Like, I need clothes, bro. Like,
Corinthians talks about.
exactly it is. You're right. And that's something
Praying
that...
over someone's backpack.
Huh? Yeah.
Prayer over action.
Praying for someone's backpack instead of actually going to find it. That's the thing. But truly,
Niche reference.
niche reference. But yeah.
I wasn't there.
But truly, like that's the thing for me. Is that when somebody's like, I'm gonna be all spiritual about something and then not tangibly do the stuff. Like the book of James says, if you want true religion, go feed the widows and orphans. Go take care of them. That is what true religion is. Like, it's the doing, it's the working out of your faith. It's not you just sitting here going like, hey, I go to church, bro. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been on UGA's campus doing the Great Exchange, and we're talking about Jesus. Some dude's like, bro, I go to church, bro. Or like, don't talk to me, I go to church. And I'm
They
like,
have like their pants hanging halfway down their legs.
I don't, yeah.
Is that racial profiling?
It's,
I've never said any white boys do it too.
Mm-hmm.
okay, fine.
I saw an Asian doing it the other
We
day.
can- listen.
I was not racial profiling anyone.
We could switch it up. We could switch it up vocally if it's going to help with some sorority girl going like, "Oh my gosh, I go to church. I go
has like
to church."
Tube top, crop top, and like booty shorts.
Something like I go to church. Like, why are you talking? I don't
Actually,
agree.
That's empowering.
It's actually
So-
for her, not for the men.
Or here's another one. Having a shirt go mid thighs and then having like booty shorts on so it doesn't look like you're not wearing anything.
I don't get why people. That just looks.
I don't know why
Yeah.
people do
It's
that, but
not
then
like-
also like
It's like
I guess
attractive. It just looks weird.
it just
Like,
looks weird, but also it's like I
don't-
never think like oh they're having like I don't ever think like oh they're not wearing pants because I know they're wearing pants. Like it doesn't cross
don't either,
it
but
doesn't
I
cross
just
my
think it
mind that
looks
there's a
weird.
group of women walking down the street with
I've
no
seen
pants.
some. I've seen some who aren't wearing pants underneath the shirt.
Why you say
Like
that?
nothing. Like the wind blew it up.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
Just saying.
Don't let it breathe.
when I was going down Millage. I had an appointment to go somewhere, and I saw something similar. And there was a part of me that wanted to like lean out the window and go like, "Where's the other half of your body? Like, are you missing a chunk of you? Like, where's this?" Anyway, dumbness.
Ugh,
All right,
gross.
where were we? Okay, so the Lord does not accept their sacrifices. Why? Because it's not given in fullness of heart. It's not given in faithful relationship to a covenantal God. It's like we're simply doing this because we are religious and this is what we do. Like God does not like religion. God likes a yielded life in covenantal faithfulness to who He is and what He's done for us. It's not simply about just showing up and doing the church stuff. That gets me so. Listen, this is my sidebar. It gets me so doggone fired up when you have a bunch of people that like, oh yeah, we do church stuff. Jesus says in Matthew, y'all gonna say on the last day, did I not cast demons out in your name? Did I not do all these works? Did I not do all this? And he's like, be gone from me, you worker of lawlessness. Why? Because you did all these things to make yourself look good and to make yourself feel good. You didn't do it because I told you. You didn't do it because it was authentically my life coming through you. You simply did it to look like a Christian. That's where the word hypocrite comes from. It's an actor. It's someone who just goes out on stage and they play a character. They put on a face. We have a whole lot of hypocrites in the church. We do. Like, I can admit that I've had levels of hypocrisy in my life because as I have been maturing in Jesus, this process of sanctification shows me that, like, bro, you've been a hypocrite in some areas and I have to repent. And sometimes I may have to go to someone and say, yo, I apologize. It is only until now in my life that I realized I was being a hypocrite and that I need to fix things. You know? Because here's a fun one. In the South, we have a way of gossiping as small talk. Like, wherever you go, people are like, especially in church, they're like, did you hear about old John? Old John over there, man, he went out there and blew up his truck. I'm kidding.
There's literally a song out right now.
Literally gossiping as we speak.
Where's your truck, Reese?
Not
Oh.
blown up.
At least it still drives.
At least I can
It's
park.
still together.
But like, you know, or
At least
when
you can hear my horn.
or when
At
somebody
least you can hear my engine.
At least you can hear my music.
Okay, that's fair. Something for that.
like when we were in school, man, like you had people like, oh my gosh, did you hear what his parents got him for Christmas? Like da da da. It says this about them. It says, did you see the fact that like he's not wearing the new? I literally, because I didn't have the newest thing from like American Eagle when that was the deal in high school. It's like, oh my gosh, he's not wearing the new like thing. Like all the popular
Quarters of
kids.
Wednesday.
American Eagle.
Sorry.
Yeah, but like people
that-
had like this American Eagle rugby polo thing, and like finally when it was less expensive, like we could afford to get it. But by that time the trend was over, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're just wearing last year's stuff. Like I kid you not, it happened.
There's literally a song out right now that's like called like Little Bird or something. And this girl's like, I wore a skirt to church, and the next week they're talking about modesty.
Yeah. Anyway, it's important to recognize that like when we do something, it should be done in the fullness of heart and who God has made us, how God has made us to be with Him, and as He is through us. Yes.
Do y'all not know about like the quarter zip thing?
I was
course we
literally just
did.
about to mention.
Okay,
that.
because I said like quarters of
Sorry.
Wednesday and like no one said anything. I was like, am I chronically online? Like, is this an
I
issue?
don't
No,
know
no.
what that
You
is.
don't
Literally, you don't know what. Okay, so you know like quarter zips. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I
It is-
know what
it's a
quarter
new,
zips are.
Yes, it's a new trend of like guys wearing them to like be like performative men, like distinguished, and like wearing quarter zips and like drinking like a matcha,
Like, put away
Specific-
your-
and like talking about like, oh, I just love women, you know, and it's like this really big
Actually,
joke.
yeah, it's like
But it
literally
went so
90
far
text
that I
messages
showed up to
because-
school one Wednesday, and over half of the guys wearing quarter zips. Some of them bought matching quarter zips to wear them together. There were things you can do that are gayer than being gay, and wearing matching quarter zips as a group of football players has got to be one of them.
That's not gay.
There were it's patterned.
that-
It's a patterned quarter zip.
that's
You
not
don't know what
gay.
they do in the locker room, though. That's
And Nathan, I work
Still
in the
gay.
locker room. Well, in the room connected to
Okay,
the
I was
locker
gonna say
room.
no way. No.
I'm in the room connected to the locker room,
So she hears everything.
so I hear everything. I'm just not in there. And
I'm pretty sure what goes on in there is gayer than quarter zips.
No, I was like quarter zips don't look bad, but everyone wears.
they
it,
don't
so
look
it's
bad.
not
It just became a
worth
trend, and
wearing.
it's funny. Sorry.
Let's finish chapter 8 before
Yes,
we
sir.
get back to quarter zips.
I'm sorry.
All right.
They kind of tough.
Heavens.
You would think that.
Dang it, man.
All right. The Lord does not accept them. He will remember their iniquity and punish their sins, and they will return to Egypt. So exactly as the Gen Z Bible says, yo, you're gonna return to square one. Like you're gonna be put back in slavery. You're gonna be brought back under the rule of somebody who hates you and hates your God and hates everything that you stand for. Israel has forgotten his Maker and built palaces, and Judah has multiplied fortified cities. And the ending of chapter 8 is pretty telling. God says, "But I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour his strongholds." So God's basically saying, "Listen, you can build all you want to. You can build things of splendor. You can build things of defense. You can have all the walled cities you want to. I'm going to level everything to show you that you cannot hide from judgment. You can't hide from me." I find it interesting that at one point in history, humans built a tower to God to say, "Here, come meet us on this high place so that we can say, we want you to barter on our terms." And then they build fortified cities and think, "Yeah, this is going to work. This is going to keep me safe from anybody and anybody else's God." No. The Lord says, "I'm going to bring fire to your fortified cities and devour your strongholds." God is going to take everything down, take it to zero if he has to show them that he is the one who is most powerful so that they can return unto him. Yes, Nathan.
I might be like stretching, and this might not even. I don't know. I was just wondering. I noticed it says, "For Israel has forgotten his Maker." Usually, Israel, I feel like what I've noticed at least is that it's usually referred to as she. Do you think there might be any significance to the fact that it's different here, or is it just kind of
They're trying to get with the times.
No. Well, Israel, in both, it's in, how would you say, it's done in both cases. Some of it's referenced in the feminine, some of it's referenced in the masculine. I'm not sure why it's translated as his Maker here, to be honest with you. Maybe it's because as you go back up, Hosea is referring to Israel also as Ephraim, which is one of the sons of Jacob. So more than likely, because he's been using the masculine references for Israel all the way through, he's probably ending this bit here, continuing in the masculine reference of saying his Maker.
right. The reason I particularly thought it was odd is because Hosea, the whole point is that Israel is being compared to an
Prostitute.
unfaithful wife or a
Yep.
prostitute.
Yep.
So I just thought it was weird, but that makes sense.
But it says his Maker, and then at the end on my translation it says devour her strongholds.
Oh,
So it like goes into the feminine again.
And so that may be that you're on ESV in that.
Mhm.
NRSV retains his. So it's probably part of a grammatical.
Prostitutes too.
What?
Sorry.
What'd you say?
Anyways,
No,
continue.
what'd you say?
Can y'all hand me a London cookie because I haven't.
Reese, what?
I said you're being exclusive. Men can be prostitutes too.
That's why I said
Thank you.
unfaithful
You of all
wife.
people
She
should
said
know.
prostitute.
You said prostitutes and
I did say
unfaithful wife.
prostitute.
I said
Alright.
unfaithful
You
wife.
said both, actually.
Mm-mm.
Top
So-
cheese. You said both. Anyways.
You of all people should know.
So questions, questions, comments, thoughts about chapter 8 before we end recording time.
Yeah, let's look back at the recording that says that he said prostitutes first. I'd love that. But this is gonna. Ooh.
I didn't say prostitutes.
Yes, you did.
No, he did.
I
No, you did.
I did.
I said unfaithful.
He might have said
wife.
prostitutes first, but I feel like you also said.
Well, you said-
I said unfaithful
And
wife.
I-
You said prostitute, and then I
and-
said
No,
prostitute.
Yeah.
But I meant.
No, you said prostitute.
But I was specifically.
So women are just stupid, and you hate
What
us
is
anyways.
this argument?
What?
Yeah, what is this?
I'm not disagreeing, but that's not what I was saying.
Man, Allison is gonna be so sad when she figures out that like you just hate women and
You think she doesn't know? You should see the reels I sent.
There's like literally jokes, and they're like, yeah, I like my women when they don't have like a voice, like they don't talk. Noah has said that,
That's
and
terrible.
I've looked at him. I'm like, good thing I don't even want to work.
Just FYI to any current listeners and future listeners, we are legitimately non-misogynistic. We.
I'm not.
This is the ending of Hosea chapter 8.
It just says you